Well, hello everybody, and thanks for tuning in again. You know, a couple of months ago, back in February, I got a chance to get out and do some imaging. On this particular outing, the target that I was concentrating on was NGC 1499, the California Nebula. Now, this is the first chance that I've had to actually get around to doing some processing on that particular image, and I'd like to share that with you now. So, let's head over to PixInsight. All right, here we are in PixInsight, and let's see. I shot the California Nebula in narrowband, and I have all three files here. And here's the HA file. All right, now the HA was looking pretty good. I was pleased with how this was looking. Could have been a little bit sharper, but actually pretty good. And let's see, the S2 is here. Obviously, the S2 not quite as strong as the HA file. Now, what I've done already is I've gone and I've used the histogram tool and also curves to increase the signal on the S2 file. Now, as usual with a lot of targets, OIII is generally the weakest. I only got about 2 hours of OIII, and this is all that I was able to get. Now, there isn't a great deal of OIII in the California Nebula. Now, if you look right here, you can see the OIII. It's right here. Because if you've seen photographs, there is OIII on one particular side of it, extending from this portion here, right here. There's a lot of OIII in this area, and essentially that's what that is here. So I've done the same thing here. I went and tried to amplify the signal as much as I possibly could in this area, and we'll just see what happens with that. Now, I've done the usual preliminary stuff here. I've gone ahead and I've cropped the image to my liking. I've gone ahead and performed deconvolution, and I've also added noise reduction to all three images. Now, sometimes it's recommended that you only do it with the file with the strongest signal, which in this case would be the HA. But I like to add the noise reduction to all three files as well. And that was no exception. That was done here. All right, now what I did here was I decided to use the LRGB combination on these files, and that's pretty much what I did here. All right, now I did not use a luminance channel. So what I did here, for the red channel, I put the S2 there. For the green channel, I used the HA for that. And for the blue channel, the OIII. All right. Now, usually what I do is I'll go ahead and click Chroma Noise Reduction. And then go ahead and let PixInsight do its magic. And integrate all three files. All right, and this is what I came up with. And let me close out these other three files. Now, the first thing I did here, if you look in the background, you can see it's rather, has a magenta, kind of a bluish magenta cast. And of course the nebula itself is mainly green, but you can actually see some hints of, it looks like probably S2 here. All right, well, the first thing I did was I went to SCNR and left everything at the default settings and brought that over. All right, and this is what I was left with. Now, at this point, I went to StarNet and removed the stars So I had two individual files to work with, just the nebula itself, and I had a star mask. And I took that opportunity to get rid of the color cast. Now, what I did with the star mask was I simply inverted the star mask. And then from that point on, I told it to get rid of the green. And I came up with a really nice, clear star field. Now, I also took that into curves, and I kind of reduced the brightness just a little bit. I found that when I do that, it also reduces the number of stars pretty effectively. But anyway, here is the finished image, or preliminary, I should say the preliminary finished image in PixInsight, just before it was exported to Photoshop. All right. Now, this is what I came up with up to this point. And if you look, you can actually see that the blue nebulosity is much more prevalent here. It's standing out much more. As I said, I will take care of this halo around the star later in Photoshop. And at this point, I just exported it as a TIFF file. And we can head over to Photoshop now, and I can show you exactly what the finished image looks like. All right, and here is the finished image. Now you can look at this and you can see that I've increased the contrast compared to the last image that was in PixInsight. I think, as most of us do, we use Photoshop to kind of put the finishing touches on images. And I'm no different when it comes to that. All right, I took this opportunity to use Photoshop to bring out the nebulosity a bit more, the blue OIII here, and also intensify the color of the nebula itself. I also took the opportunity to kind of intensify the shade here, going along the outer rim of the nebula. And as I mentioned earlier, this star had a very large halo around it, blue halo, so I took care of that. What I did was I simply got rid of that particular star that was here, and I used a star in another portion of the image. I copied it, pasted it here, and then enlarged it slightly so it was roughly the same size as the star that it was replacing. And I think that turned out pretty well. All right, I just thought I would do a short video on this. And, well, that's about all I have. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to comment, like, and please subscribe. All right? Until next time, and clear skies.